Welcome back to Tales from the Vale. Tonight, we journey into a world where light is a curse and silence is the ultimate prize. In the kingdom of Ethelgird, the sky was never truly dark. The stars did not twinkle, they screamed with a piercing, relentless glare. High atop the weeping cliffs stood a lonely stone tower, the only refuge for a woman the world had come to fear and ignore. Alara the witch sat amidst the debris of her life, her silver eyes reflecting the maddening pulse of the celestial heavens above. The noise of the light was a physical weight, a vibration that rattled her bones and frayed the very edges of her sanity. She spent decades searching. She scoured the skeletal remains of forgotten libraries and the damp corners of caves where the light could not reach. Spectral guardians of lost knowledge rose to challenge her, but her violet-tinged magic cut through their ethereal forms like a hot knife through silk. Finally, beneath the roots of a dying tree, she found it, a blackened scroll that hummed with the resonance of a true, deep vacuum. The price was clear. To bring silence to the stars, she would have to surrender her own light, her very soul, to the void. Alara cleared the great hall of her tower. With steady hands, she drew a complex chalk circle that glowed with a faint, dying ember light. At the center, she placed a blackened soul gem. It pulsed with a slow, rhythmic beat, like the heart of a sleeping universe. The air grew frigid. Her breath misted in the air as the shadows in the corners of the room began to stir and lengthen. Then he appeared, the shadow entity, a towering silhouette of smoke and flickering starlight that seemed to swallow the very walls of the tower. The entity did not speak in words, but in the heavy silence of the deep cosmos. It reached out a hand made of midnight. Alara looked into those dying suns and offered the gem. As the entity took it, the silver luster in her eyes began to fade. The bargain was struck. The entity turned its gaze upward, reaching its massive arms toward the screaming sky. One by one, the stars began to blink out. The aggressive white glare was snuffed like a candle in a sudden draft. The vibration stopped. The noise vanished. For the first time in millennia, the world was wrapped in a profound, heavy silence. Alara sat in the center of her circle, a ghost of a smile on her lips. The burden was gone, but her time was also at an end. Her hands began to dissolve into black smoke, merging with the shadows she had summoned to save her world. As the final star went dark, Alara was no more. Only her ancient silver talismans remained on the cold stone floor. The world slept in the peace of the void, a silent monument to the witch who chose the dark to save the light. Thank you for watching this journey into the dark. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more tales from the Vale. Until next time, stay in the shadows,